If you're interested in an SW-Motech Pro tank bag but not sure which one to pick, hopefully this video will help you out. Hi, Tony here, welcome to the channel. Now I've had a few people ask me since my sponsorship with SW-Motech started to go through the tank bag range, which seemed like a good idea. I hadn't done it. I'd kind of looked at individual bags, but I've never done a complete range guide. So I spoke to the guy at SW-Motech and said, can you send me out the full range of Pro bags? So a big box arrived, I've unpacked them, I've set them all up, and I'll go through each of those bags from smallest to largest. I won't go into masses of detail. I think I'll give you enough of what you need so that this stays a nice, relatively short video, but at least you give you an impression of what those bags look like. The only problem is I've only got this bike to put them on, and obviously those bags are designed for different bikes and are not going to suit every single bike. So we've got some flat ones that work better on sports bikes, we've got humped ones that work better on things like this and the GS and the Triumph Tiger, etc. But I thought, well, it gives you an opportunity. You'll know from the style of bike that you've got which one you'd pick, and everything fits onto the Pro tank ring, so that seems to be the best place to start. SW-Motech have a whole host of tank bags, and in this video I've concentrated on the Pro ones that fit on the tank ring. There are a couple of strap-on ones in the range. I didn't include those, I've just stuck the stuff that goes on here. The tank ring itself is bought separately because obviously that is specific to each particular bike, and then once you've got that fitted on, any of the Pro tank bags will fit onto that ring, and that's the beauty of this system. The fitting of this is really simple. You essentially remove a number of bolts from the original tank ring, then the base unit of this will bolt into place with bolts that are in the kit. So as you can see, this is the base that snaps onto the ring, and when you get your bag, inside the bag will be this, which is separate, and a set of screws and an Allen key. To start with, you'll just run this red cable through. It's got a knotted end so it can't pull through. It's pretty obvious how that goes. That's your mechanism to release the bag. You pull that, and as you can see, it pulls back these little bars on the side here, and that's what the release is. So there is movement. You can see there's slotted bits here, so this will move up and down. So the idea is to put it on loosely so you can move it around, snap it into place, move the bag backwards and forwards to get it exactly where you want it, and then you can tighten up those 4 screws, and as long as you keep it on the same bike, you should never have to touch those again. Then it's just simply a case of snap it onto place. That is locked in place. It will not come off. You've got no horrible distracting straps. It's not going to slip around, and then when you want to take it off, you pull that little red tab, that releases the clip, and the bag comes off. Really, really simple, really, really easy. Okay, so we've gone through the tank ring and the fixing and setting up and everything. Let's have a quick look at the bags themselves. We'll start with the Micro WP. This has a capacity of 4 litres. It's not expandable, which is the same for all of the WP bags. They are one size. You can't kind of change them, and that's because the other bags change by a form of a zip, and if you introduce a zip into this, then you lose that waterproofing. So this is essentially the smallest version. There is a non-waterproof version, which I don't have. You've got the Mole system on the top. When you open that up, you've got a little zip section with a clear piece in for putting small documents. You can put your phone and that in there if you've got a small enough phone. And then you've got the double-ended zip, opens up to the main case, and then you've just got one single open kind of case. And then once that's zipped together, you've got a little magnetic closure here. Pop that down, and there you go. So a nice little neat solution, completely waterproof. And if you don't want to carry too much in there, if you just want to put your phone, your keys, your documents, your cigarettes, whatever it is you're carrying around with you, this is a really nice option. Moving on up now in size, the next one would be the Daypack. This doesn't come in a WP version, a waterproof version. This is the 1680D ballistic nylon and EVA lid. As with all of these bags, you do get inside a waterproof cover, which you can sort of pull over the top. Although having said that, I have used these bags in the rain and they're okay until it starts to get really heavy, and then it's the zips that the water starts to sneak into. But if you're in a shower, I wouldn't worry about putting the cover on. It can deal with that fine. Again, when you open it up, you've got that little zipped pocket in the top, which is really super handy. And again, just one big bag, no dividers or anything inside of that, but it is expandable. It goes from 6 to 9 litres, and you'll notice there's a zip on the bottom here. The bag will lift up there, so you've got that. Change them from 6 to 9 litres, and that's one of the functionalities that you don't get with the WP bags, because obviously putting this zip in here means that they lose their waterproofness completely. So that is the Daypack. Next up is the Pro Yukon, again a WP bag, so not expandable. This is 6 litres, the same magnetic mount here, Molle system on the top, and that same little compartment inside with the zipped clear panel. Again, if you open that up, you have got this single piece inside. There are elastic straps around the inside here if you want to tuck things kind of in those, stop them rattling around, and there is a little small divider with a mesh zipped net on it as well, just to be able to kind of move that around if you want to within the bag, if you want to kind of separate things so you haven't got one big space with everything rattling around. But again, a decent sized bag. If you want to carry a little bit more, you could get a small camera in there. Just, you know, extra little bit of size, a little bit taller. Again, works really well. Things are starting to get bigger now as we move on to the Pro N-Gauge. Now, obviously, as I've mentioned before, not all of these bags will suit this particular bike. I unfortunately don't have another bike to show them on with a different shaped tank. Obviously, this bike and the GS and the Tiger and those sort of adventure bikes have got a much taller tank. This is better suited to a bike with a flatter tank. This is 7 to 10 litres, so again it's that 1680D ballistic nylon, Molle on the top, double zip pocket in the top, elastic around the inside, a waterproof cover, a slightly different shape, starts to drop down more, so you've got a little bit more storage down here, and this bottom section is rigid as well. Undo the zip, and there's your expansion. None of these will obscure your vision in terms of the TFT. If you're running with a phone on your handlebars, you might have to reposition that. This one a little bit longer, a little bit slimmer, no side pockets on this, so it doesn't affect kind of the lock of the steering at all. And yeah, nice bag, this one. Onto the Pro City now, and this is a bag that I've used a lot. You would have seen this in a lot of my videos, which is why it looks a little bit battered. Again, an expandable bag. Unlike the other bags that zip from the bottom, the expandable section is in the top there. So again, nice big side pockets on here. You've got your Molle system on the top. The Molle is handy for little accessories, so you can put this little button on here. That gives you access to things like this phone holder, so you basically line that up in there, turn it, that is locked into place. You can then put your phone inside here. That is completely waterproof, and to remove it, you just lift that up, twist it around, and you can take it with you. And then inside you've got your waterproof cover. I've got a few bits and pieces in here still, and obviously this with the drop down section here means you've got a lot of space to put bits here. I can actually get sort of like a baseball cap, the peak of a baseball cap will go in there. I've used this a lot on my travels, and it's been very dependable, works nicely on here. The only drawback to it slightly with this bike is because I've got DCT on here, these bags you can touch. They don't get in the way, but when you pull back there they can touch, and occasionally I've done that in lock when I'm maneuvering it, and it puts the bike into neutral. Nice size, this one. You can get a lot of stuff in this, easy access to bits in the corners, documents in the top, etc. Yeah, it's a nice one, the Pro City. And there is also a WP version of this, which is coming up next. And here is that WP version. So as you've already worked out, non-expandable, 9 litres of storage. Exactly the same construction. You've got the Molle patch on the top, magnetic opening here, little zipped clear cover on the top, double zip to open the main compartment. And again, there is a divider in this one which can be moved with the elastic straps. That nice little deep recess here that goes down to this hard base, and then the side pockets zip kind of all the way around to the bottom, so they open up really nicely. Waterproof zips as well, and you can just store that away with a little magnetic tab to stop these bits flapping around. You've got a little piece here if you want to attach anything with it to a carabiner or something, and a little bit of reflective work on as well. So if you like that Pro City but don't want the faff of having to put the bag over it in really bad weather, then this is the solution. Put that down, completely waterproof, no issues whatsoever. Nice bag, this one. Okay, so we're getting even bigger now. Pro Sport expandable, 12 to 17 litres. And as you can see, this one is not really designed for this style of bike at all. Given its name Sport, it is more tailored towards sports bike with a longer tank, a little bit slimmer. You have got two big pockets on the side and a little retainer to hold the zip. 1680D ballistic nylon again, molle on the top, double zip top with that little mesh there. You've got your bag inside, and on this one you've got two little pockets on either side, as well as the elastic straps to store things down. So a nice usable size, and again extendable zipper on that, and it pops up from this section here. And if I show you the bottom, you can see where we've got the movement of this that we looked at before. On this bag you've got a huge range of movement, 6-8 inches of difference in terms of where you can move that. So a nice flexible system, nice and flat, good looking bag, this one. There is another bag in the range that I couldn't get hold of in time to make the video, which is the Trial, but it is very similar to the City in shape and design. It's just a little bit bigger, this one being expandable from 13 to 18 litres, but has exactly the same features with the molle on the top and the mesh bag and the big compartment inside. And now we get to the big boy of the range. This is the Pro GS, not currently available in a waterproof model, just in this one. And as the name suggests, it is designed for the GS, or indeed any bike that has got this high sloping tank. Works well on the Africa Twin. So again, 1680D ballistic nylon outer coating. You've got two huge pockets on the side here, molle on the top as you'd expect. When you open this up, you've got your zipped portion in the top there, bags on the side, cover, and a very deep bit down here to get lots and lots of kit in. Expandable from 16 to 20 litres, so it's 16 litres as it sits here. There we go. Zip at the top adds another 4 litres, taking it up to 20 litres of total storage. You can get a hell of a lot in this. If you're going away for a weekend and you just need a change of undies, a t-shirt and a couple of other bits and pieces, you can probably get everything that you need in this bag and just have this as your luggage solution. Looks nice, I think, on the bike, works well with this. It is a bit high, but you can still see the screen and everything. There's no problem with that. This is the biggest currently of the Pro tank ring bags. No waterproof version, but I'm not sure, perhaps there'll be one of those coming along. So that's the range from the smallest to the largest, and I've concentrated purely on the Pro bags that fit on the tank ring. So I hope you found that run through useful. As I say, the bags are designed for different bikes, so they don't all work on this. Unfortunately, this is the only bike that I had to do it with, but you'll be able to work out from the video what bag is going to work best with your bike. If you've got any questions, or if there's anything that I've missed that you think is important, let me know in the comment section down below. And all that leaves me to say is, until next time, thanks for watching, take care, ride safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.